Hey there friends, welcome back to another adventure. I am here at a new place. This is called the Dolly Sods Wilderness, which I have never been to before, and I'm really looking forward to exploring this area. This place is actually near a town of Davis, West Virginia, which is really close to the Black Waterfalls Trail, also in West Virginia, that I did about, I would say, 2 years ago. So today my challenge is to hike the Blackbird Knob Trail, which is supposed to be 6 miles total, out and back. And as you can see, today is a very pleasant, beautiful day with very low wind. So I'm just really looking forward to hiking the trail because it finally feels like spring, even though it's already almost in the middle of March. So let me tell you kind of what happened. So this is actually the second time in a row where I almost got stuck in my car. So once again, this last 2 miles of this trail, the last 2 miles to get to the trail is actually unpaved and unmaintained road. So I was almost at the beginning of the trail and I almost got stuck because there was a section of like snow and stuff there, and I almost got stuck. I really got nervous and I'm like, no, there's no way I'm going further. So I just backtracked, and thank God there was this overnight parking here, which that's where I parked right now, and I'm just gonna hike a mile to the beginning of the trailhead. Anyway, this is so far an interesting adventure because this is the second time this happened to me already. But I mean, I just got to be smart and careful because my car is not 4x4, so I just got to be smart. Anyway, I got everything I need. As you can see in my backpack, it's full of stuff. I got some snacks and lunch, and I got also some tea and water. Let's go ahead and explore this trail, and it's going to be a great time. This right here, guys, as you can see, this is the section where I almost got stuck in my car today. So it gets a little bit even thicker down that way, but this is the section where I almost got stuck, which is kind of crazy that it's been already like almost a month with no snow, and we had some warm weather and there's still snow here. Wow. Well, as you can see, guys, this is a very interesting hike. The reason why, because it's mostly water, so I have to walk around the water because a lot of it is becoming like a stream basically, and it's becoming very watery at places, muddy, but also it's very beautiful at the same time. It's a very like narrow trail, but it just makes it very unique. And also with the combination of the weather today, I just feel so good. And this feels like something else. Whoa, I just came to like a waterfall or something. This is cool. Alrighty guys, as you can see I have sat down and it's time for me to eat my lunch because I'm pretty hungry. So I'm already kind of closing in the loop of the Blackbird Knob, and I'm already heading back toward the end of the trail. So anyway, let's go ahead and eat some food, and we're just gonna enjoy this afternoon. So first of all, as you can see, I got my tea, got my water. You know what, let me drink some right now. I'm thirsty. My lips are dry. So today I have brought, looks like I'm going to show you the fruits first. So this is some fruits I brought. I think these are called prunes. I'm not sure the name. And then I got oranges, as you can see. So I got prunes and oranges as my vitamin C snack. And then for my main food, I know it doesn't look great right now because it's a little bit watery because it was in my backpack. But trust me, it's going to be so delicious. I got 2 sweet potatoes. I don't want to make sure it doesn't fall here, but got 2 sweet potatoes ready to eat. Smells good. I got also some salami right here. Also, I brought some bread here. It kind of broke apart. But there we go, 2 pieces of bread. Let's put that aside here as well. Anything else I brought? I'm pretty sure that's it. Yeah, I didn't bring any kind of sweets today. I'm gonna eat some fruits instead. So let's go ahead, let me pray, I'm gonna enjoy my food. Alrighty, boys and girls, it is time to eat my delicious sweet potato. Can't wait. Oh yeah, I cooked it last night before the hike, so that'll be ready for today's hike. Today I brought some Earl Grey black tea, which has 2 ingredients, just black tea and bergamot. So let's go ahead and give it a try. Quite delicious. Not too sweet though, not too sweet. Alrighty, let's try some of my fruits. So thirst quenching. It just feels like I'm drinking this delicious thirst quenching juice. Well folks, as you can see, I found a comfortable rock to sit on. It is definitely better than sitting on the ground. So I definitely enjoyed my lunch. It's exactly what I needed, so thanks to God for that. And before I head down to my car, I really want to read to you guys 2 verses from the book of Titus, which is in the New Testament. It's written in chapter 2, verses 11 and 12. So check this out. For the grace of God that bringeth salvation had appeared to all men, teaching us that denying ungodliness and worldly lusts, we should live soberly, righteously, and godly in this present world. Let me read it one more time. For the grace of God that bringeth salvation had appeared to all men, teaching us that denying ungodliness and worldly lusts, we should live soberly, righteously, and godly in this present world. I do remember a time in my life where one day I was driving home from work, and it was a dark and rainy day. It was a cold day as well, and it was a wet day because it rained and there was a lot of traffic on the highway, and I had a 1-hour drive back home. So, you know, of course I was tired, ready to get home, and there was just a lot of traffic. So as far as I remember, I was just trying to kind of, you know, pass through the thickness of that traffic and kind of get into the open. And the wheels of my car, I knew were worn out, and I knew I had to get them replaced, you know, very soon. And what happened is my car lost control all of a sudden, and it just swirled, and I got into the median, which is, I guess, the section between the 2 highways, north and southbound. So I got into the middle of that median basically, and my car just turned, and I stopped all of a sudden, and I'm like, wait, what just happened? All of a sudden I was like, thank God, I'm actually alive, you know, nothing bad happened to me. And I just realized what happened. You know, I came to my realization, I just slid, and this was so quick, and I just realized I could have hurt somebody. I could have caused a big accident. I could have, you know, I don't know, maybe could have even died. Who knows, you know? Anything was possible. But God kept me safe, and right away I thank God. I said, God, thank you for keeping me safe. The point I'm trying to make is that if it wasn't for the grace of God, things would have been a lot worse, but God kept me safe. Before I start driving anywhere I go, even including this hike, I always, in my car, I pray. I'm like, God, please keep me safe on the road. And God always does. And the point I'm trying to make is that the grace of God had appeared to all men. We all have encountered the grace of God in our lives. You know, whether you've had a near-death experience, or I, or any of us, God kept us safe, and we're alive because of Him and because of His love for us still. And what is so interesting is that God does more than just protect us. He actually demonstrated his love by dying on the cross for us. The God of this universe sent his son Jesus to come down to this earth, to die a most horrible death on the cross for you and I, to prove and to show and to demonstrate that he loves us, that he cares about you and I, that he wants us to be part of his family. God just gives it to us freely. All he wants is our faith and trust. That's what happened in my life, you know. I've completely put my faith and trust in God, and God transformed me. This is what the next verse says here, that for the grace of God that bringeth salvation had appeared to all men. And what does it do? It teaches us, teaching us that denying ungodliness and worldly lusts, we should live soberly, righteously, and godly in this present world. And what is so awesome is that when God transformed me, those things that I used to love, but now I feel disgusted by those things. I hate them. I don't like them. It's just because I realized what those things do to me. They only satisfy me for a little bit, but ultimately they leave me empty. Those things that God gives us, they last forever. I do want to live soberly. I do want to live righteously and godly. That's the characteristics that God only gives. You know, he gives you that sober mind. It gives you that godly mind, and a mind that just wants to do what's right. And I feel happy ultimately, and we all do if we have Jesus in our life. But if you and I are not sober, that means we're drunk, right? So think about it this way. Like, if a person is drunk, he doesn't know where he's going. He's always stumbling, right? So we need Jesus in our life to be sober. We need Jesus in our life to direct us and show us where to go. Because without him, we're just walking blindly. We don't know where we're going. Because the thing is, even though if we make our own decisions in this life, there are going to be times in our life where we're going to realize last minute, oh man, I made a wrong decision right now. And only God and his grace can save us that moment. But, you know, we shouldn't risk that. We should have God as our protector, as our helper, the one that we can rely and trust on no matter what. And that's why I want to encourage you today, my friend. If you're not surrendering your life to God today, if you are walking in a drunk way, you know, I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm just trying to say that, you know, if you don't know where you're going, if you don't know what path you need to take, Jesus says in John 14:6 that he is the way, the truth, and the life. So come to him today. He will show you where to go. He did it in my life. That's why I want to encourage you today to come to him. He loves you. He cares about you. He wants you to be part of his family. Another interesting statistic before I go, I want to let you know, is that there's 150,000 people that die every single day. But the point I'm trying to make is that don't risk your life. Surrender your life to God today. Be safe in his arms, knowing that when you die, you know where you're going to go, you know? And I'm going to leave you with one last note before I go, is that you guys probably know the most famous hymn. It's called America the Beautiful. And one of the main choruses in that song goes like this. It says, America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crowned thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. God gave us grace. We're in a country where God gave us grace. God blessed us a lot with many different things. And he's patient. He's waiting for you to come to him. He's waiting for you to give up yourself and your sin and to surrender your life to him and be part of his family. So let's go ahead, guys, and finish out the hike. Alrighty folks, I am back in my car as you can tell. I've had a good, interesting hike today, and as you can see the sun is still shining. Normally, as you guys know, when I finish my hike usually it gets dark, but gratefully the time has changed and now the sun sets after 7 p.m. so now I have some extra time. But anyway, as you can see, I'm still the only one in this section of the parking lot. This was an interesting hike, I gotta say. I wasn't able to see a lot of mountains, but I was able to hike through an interesting area of West Virginia, which is called Dolly Sods. So in this section here is called Dolly Sods. That section over there, I just learned today, is that it's called Canyon Valley, which you're not actually allowed to hike, which I read on over there, but you are allowed to hunt, which is interesting. But anyway, this was an interesting hike, and what I've learned is that it had, of course, open spaces, got some very narrow spaces, and today, as you guys already know, I was able to walk through a lot of water and just different puddles, and it was just kind of an interesting hike that I've never really hiked this kind of type before. Well, that's what you call an adventure, right? Or a venture, is because you see what a new trail would be like, you know, without ever hiking it. So anyway, honestly, I still had a really good time. I kind of missed the mountains. I kind of wish I saw some more mountains though, but still I had a good time. This was a very interesting experience here in West Virginia. I think this is what, my second hike in West Virginia, because Blackwater Falls was the first one. I think it's my second hike. Pretty cool. But anyway, today I hiked a total distance of 9.16 miles, a total ascent of 1,007 feet, and a total time of 5 hours 47 minutes. Anyway, I gotta say I'm tired. I'm gonna start driving back home now. Hope you guys enjoyed this adventure. Hopefully there's gonna be more coming soon this spring and summer. Thank you again, and I'll see y'all in the next adventure. God bless.